Do influencers get better product than paying customers? This question has probably been asked since the very first influencer ever received PR. All it took was one shady AliExpress vendor to ruin everybody's reputation. And my OG Nat fam already knows that your girl doesn't take a whole lot of PR, and I definitely don't do a whole lot of sponsorships. Which reminds me, today's video is sponsored by FabFitFun. That's right, your girl is a FabFitFun partner on today's video, so let's just add that. Perfect. FabFitFun reached out to me a little while ago and asked me if I'd be interested in trying out one of their boxes, sharing it with you guys and telling y'all what I thought. And before I said yes, I wanted to do a little bit of research and see who else they might have worked with in these YouTube streets. And wouldn't you know it, I discovered that they worked with my girl Jen Loves Reviews. I took that as an excellent sign in terms of them actually being confident in their product, because Jen knows as well as I do, being an honest YouTuber, it ain't easy. It is unfortunate how many brands are actually just looking for shills to say whatever you tell them to say. Jen is probably one of the most trustworthy YouTubers in the beauty space, so the fact that they have worked with her on a number of occasions makes me think that they definitely believe in what they're doing. Jen's track record speaks for itself. I think she's easily one of the most trustworthy channels here on the YouTubes. So for FabFitFun to now be reaching out to me, I was like, girl, y'all saying something. So before I do this unboxing, let's actually talk about what FabFitFun is, in case you're unfamiliar. Let me just put this down for the moment so I don't have to hold it up next to my head while I talk to you guys. FabFitFun is a quarterly subscription box that'll run you $49.99 per box. However, this box is pretty big. Real talk, I was pretty surprised at just how big this box was when it arrived. And that's because in each box you're getting 8 to 10 products. So you pay $50, but you get $200 or more worth of product. Now, I'm no math scientist, but I'm pretty sure 200 is more than 50. And if you decide to sign up for the whole year's worth of boxes in one go, it's actually $179.99 for the year, which saves you another 20 bucks. And yes, y'all, that does include the shipping, because if you're like me, you hate paying for shipping. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've been shopping online, I'm about to check out, I've got like $200 worth of stuff in my cart, but then they want to charge me another $6.99 just for shipping, and I say, forget the whole order. Paying for shipping or parking, I hate it. But here's the deal. With FabFitFun, you actually get to customize your box. Because my box was gifted, I didn't select the items myself, but if you do sign up for it, you'll be able to pick your own items and make sure that everything is a good fit for you. As Brad Pitt once famously said, "What's in the box?" Let's find out. FabFitFun would best be classified as a lifestyle box, so it's not just going to be skincare, it's not just going to be hair care, it's not just going to be makeup, it's kind of all the above and some other stuff too. What I have here is the Spring 2020 box, and I will confess I've already looked inside, so I already know what's in here. First up, we have this mini magazine with Fuji superfan Gina Rodriguez on the cover. And inside here, they run through various items that are available for Spring 2020. And it also has some little articles and write-ups and things that you can check out at your leisure. Also got a couple promotional offers in here, one for 10 free meals from HelloFresh, and also this one for Bite, which is an invisible aligner treatment, an alternative to braces, you know, those trays. Moving into the actual contents, the products that are in the box. Are they fab? Are they fit? Are they fun? I'll be the judge of that. Starting off with some skincare, I have this Tarte C Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost. This boasts 12-hour hydration, hyaluronic acid. We love hyaluronic acid. Algae, squalene, and it's dermatologist tested. I would certainly hope so. So yeah, hydrating boost, I think that's just a fancy way of saying it's a moisturizer, and I can't be mad at that because your girl is no spring chicken. I basically cocoon myself in moisturizer every night, so that will get put to good use. Next up, we have some more skincare. This is from Wish. They used to make a body moisturizer. I think they called it like a CC cream for body, and I used to love it. It smelled so good, and it also had a bit of mica in it, so it left you looking all shimmery and blingy. But what I have here is their Blue Matcha Restoring Mask. It claims to detoxify and purify with blue matcha, organic mango butter, and organic green tea. I don't think I've ever used a skin mask with matcha in it, but I am down to try it. Let me just make sure there's nothing crazy in these ingredients. Based on a quick scan, I'm not seeing anything that makes this a deal breaker. It does have fragrance in it, but it is the fourth from last ingredient, so I do prefer not to see fragrance at all. But it can be very hard sometimes to find skincare and cosmetics that are fragrance free. So with it being so low on the list, at least I know it's a pretty low concentration. Speaking of, I didn't actually check the ingredients on this moisturizer from Tarte. Let's see if there's anything crazy in here. All right, I'm glad I checked on this one. Unfortunately, this does have some essential oils in here. It's got orange peel oil, lavender oil. Essential oils are more or less known to be potential skin irritants. Plus it has coconut oil in it. So I actually will not be slathering this one all over my face, but I would be cool using this on my hands or body. If you don't have an issue with using essential oils or coconut oil on your face, you might really like this. I'm just super sensitive. My skin is pretty sensitive, so I have to be a lot more careful with those potential irritants. Next up, we have a detangling brush. This is by Aria Beauty. It is a Luxe Chrome detangling brush. This is perhaps the bougiest paddle brush I have ever seen. I will say the bristles are nice and flexible. It's just the issue is with afro textured hair, I don't need to get into all this, but the little balls on the end of the bristles with paddle brushes tend to snag afro hair, so it's no bueno. So even though this brush looks really nice, it's just not a good match for my afro textured hair. This is a really nice looking brush, so I might save this and gift it to a friend, or I can also use it on my hair hats because I don't have a good wig brush. Back to skincare, next we have this Purlisse Watermelon Energizing 2-minute Polishing Peel. Gently resurfaces, skin smoothing, boosts radiance for all skin types, it says. Checking ingredients again. No red flags here except, again, fragrance, which is the last ingredient. However, I tend to be very wary of physical exfoliants. So worst case scenario, I can use this as a nice hand and elbow scrub to decrustify those areas. Next up, we've got some makeup with a liquid liner from Ciate. This is called Fierce Flicks, and it is a precision tip liquid liner. It is a felt tip style liner rather than a brush tip. I don't especially have a preference between those two styles of liquid liners because it's a struggle for me to do winged liner anyway, which is why I hardly ever wear it. However, I do use liquid liner pretty much every time I do my makeup, funny enough. I like to use these to help conceal the band of my falsies. So once my lashes are on, I'll just kind of draw a thin line over the top to help conceal any areas where it might be gaping or where there's glue showing. And that way, whenever I look down or blink, this will help keep me from having my falsies snitching on me. Next up, we got some jewelry, girl. It's this layered necklace from Amber Seats, or maybe it's Skeets. Told you guys, lifestyle, got some jewelry now. So this is actually very on trend. Layered necklaces are kind of a thing right now. And this particular style, these almost hammered coin looking medallions, they remind me of some pieces that I've been seeing out and about lately and going for a pretty penny if I do say so myself. I remember seeing some very similar pieces in other stores that I wanted, but they were just a little bit too rich for my blood. So I'm looking forward to wearing this. Sticking with lifestyle, we next have a little rug. This is from a brand named Caravan, and I'm actually really happy this is in my box because I've been needing a little rug like this. Last but not least is the item I'm probably weirdly the most excited about, and that is this pack of silicone straws. If you've ever hung out with me on one of my lives, you've probably noticed that I tend to be sipping from a metal straw with whatever beverage I have. But in the back of my head, whenever I use those straws, I'm worried about hitting my teeth on that metal. So I'm really excited to have these now because they'll let me keep living my best reusable straw life without coming out the other end looking like a hockey player because I knocked my teeth out of my friggin' head. All right, y'all, we've gone through the box, we've gotten into the nitty gritty. Do I think that influencers get better stuff than paying customers? The answer is possibly. But not in this case. As we've covered, I think the cool thing about FabFitFun is it's not random. You get to pick what you get. Ironically, as the influencer, please don't call me an influencer. Regardless, I didn't have the same choice, the same opportunity to choose my items that the paying customers have with FabFitFun. So it is undeniable that there are shady brands out there who definitely send better things to influencers sometimes. There are also cases where brands are reputable and on the up and up, and influencers don't necessarily get better stuff than anyone else. So that is what I got. We had some hits and we had some things that aren't quite right for me necessarily. For example, as I just glanced through some of the other items that are on offer for spring 2020, I see some packing cubes, which I've been meaning to get because I have a couple trips coming up. I would have loved to have picked those. I also see here that they have the Aveda Damage Remedy hair treatment, which is one that I've been wanting to try literally for years. So that right there are two items that I would have swapped in for some of the items in here that didn't necessarily work for me. My specific box that I have here isn't worth 50 bucks to me, but that's only because I didn't select the items. But as I look through some of the other items here and think about what I would have actually selected for myself, I think I could have gotten my money's worth and then some. If you are curious if this did tickle your pickle, I would hustle, because I imagine that the more coveted items that they have available probably sell out quickly as subscribers add them to their boxes. So I'd say jump on it sooner than later if you think you want to try it out. And that is a wrap from me today. Thank you so much to FabFitFun for reaching out to me and sponsoring this video. And thank you to you for watching it, because without you, companies like FabFitFun are not sliding into my email inbox in the first place. You already know that I have a link in the description box for you in case you want to check out FabFitFun and maybe build your spring 2020 box. Before I go, I want to leave you with one more thing that I read actually in my horoscope this morning, and I thought it was really interesting. It said, never trust anyone with a Morphe code. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.